The devil made me do it. We hear that often. But the truth is, the devil did not make you do it. The devil did not make you do it. The truth is, most of the things that you deal with is not demonically inspired. Most of the things that we deal with in our world is from our own foolish nature. It's from our own faults. It's from our own decisions that we make. In our life, we're often filled with emotional baggage. It could be from our past. It could be from our present situation. It could be from a seasonal event that comes along. Whatever it may be, we are filled with emotional baggage in our life. And on top of the emotional baggage, where we live in a world that's full of sin. And not only do we live in this world, we, being flesh and blood, we are part of sin nature in our life. For example, let me tell you this. If you're a parent, you'll know this very well. As a parents, we don't have to tell our children at a very young age to look out for number one. This week earlier, I had the babies, and they have a favorite tractor. One had the tractor, been playing with it for about 30 minutes. You know what? The other one wanted it. So it went over there. He got the tractor for his own. The other one, being that he was smaller, knew that he couldn't get up on his brother yet. So what does he do? He goes over there and grabs another toy, and instantly he strikes his brother, he hits his brother, and he gets his tractor back. Well, we didn't teach them to do this. They begin to fight and fuss, and at daycare a lot of times you'll hear or you'll see, if you pick your child up, that hey, they've got bite marks on their hands or their necks maybe sometimes. I know when mine were little, they used to have a biter that stayed with them. Hey, their parents didn't teach them to bite. It's part of nature. We have nature that lives within us, even at a little age, 2 years old, 3 years old. Now, as we get older, we should be able to make better decisions and know the difference between what is right and what is wrong. But I gave you that example to say, hey, we're born with a sin nature. We're born with flesh and blood. And some things we just react to. And as we get older, the devil didn't make you do it. There's some things in life, the habitual sins that we participate in, there's not even the slightest satanic nudge that tells you, hey, you need to go out there and you need to fulfill the fleshly desires that you're feeling within your body. Hey, the devil didn't tell you to do that. That was your flesh. That was your sin nature telling you, hey, to participate in this. Hey, to satisfy what you're feeling within your body there. Hey, but get this. The decision that you make, that poor decision that you make in your life, Satan will use that decision that you're making against you. He'll begin to come in your life and he'll begin to work then. Hey, check this out. All right, if you've got a home and you begin to leave your home and you leave all the windows open, you leave the door open, you leave your garage door open, you leave the door going into your house open, and all of a sudden you just leave, and there's a thief. He begins to walk by the road, and as he begins to look at your beautiful house, how it's landscaped, it begins to become inviting to him. And as the thief begins to get closer, or maybe he comes back and forth to your house, he begins to look, hey, the garage door was open. There was no one home. The door is open. I don't see anyone moving around on the outside of your home. So as they begin to get closer to your house, they look and the thief says, oh man, look at the contents that's inside of this house. Man, I could get these big TVs and I could sell them. You know what you've just done? You've just opened up your home. You just opened up a situation for the thief to come in and operate in your home. Are you seeing where it's going? The devil didn't make me do it. A lot of times we give him permission to work in our lives. We've opened up by poor decisions, the things that we've done. We have given him permission to come into our life and to work into our life there in our life, even in the habitual sins that we have in our life. But if you're a child of God, if you're a believer, if you're a follower of the one true God, and you have a spirit-filled life that's within you, there is a greater power that is within your life. And when he begins to come into your life, your home, he begins to recognize that something is living, something is dwelling inside of this home. And when that thief begins to come and he begins to look there, he begins to recognize, hey, there is a spirit of God in this home, and I'm not going to knock on the door. I'm not going to enter the door there. I am going to leave because I don't want anything to do with that family. I don't want anything to do with their life. I don't want anything to do with their community, and I am just getting out of the county because there is something greater that's inside of that home there. Jesus is always greater. The power of God is always greater. Don't take it at my word. Open the word of God. Look at it yourself. There's 1 John 4:4 says that you are of God. He who is in you is greater than he that is of the world. Jesus is greater. Jesus is the champion. He always rules. He always reigns. There may be a weapon that's forming, but it will not prosper against you if you are a child of God and he is the Lord of your life. Will we have attacks coming against us? Yes, we're going to have attacks coming against us. Is Satan working? Yes, he was cast out and he is on the earth here and he is roaming. And he has recruited forces. And we're going to have attacks against us. That's called spiritual warfare. We need to learn and understand the spiritual warfare, not only for us, but for our family. When you have these attacks that come against you, you're not sure if it's your decision. Greed, pride, is it something that you've done? Why is this coming against me? Guess what? Go to God and ask him. Just ask him, say, God, what is going on here? God, is this because I've done something foolish, God? God, this coming against me, is this an attack? Go to him and just ask him. And when you talk to him, I've been dealing with my students on campus about this. When you speak to God, listen, because he is going to talk back. He may not say or answer you the way you want to, but God is going to give you an answer in time. Be listening. And the most important thing is when he speaks to you, is you must be obedient. You must be obedient to what the Word of God says to you. Guess what? The devil does not always make you do it. Sometimes it's just simply because we're of flesh and blood. Go to God. He will answer you. Hey, have a great day. Let's see you next time.